Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Ray Sports News and Debates. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the head vacant position for the New York Knicks in the NBA, what the Knicks have been doing, what I think they should do, and yeah, let's get into it. So obviously the Knicks had a really great year this year, beat some really solid teams in the playoffs. Ended up losing in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Indiana Pacers, who I feel, in terms of depth, they were the better team. I just, nothing against the Knicks. I think the Knicks have like a couple of solid, you have Cat and then you have Brunson and a bunch of kind of role players. And Indiana's role players has played better than theirs. Indiana's deeper, which I think helps. But yeah, we're talking about the Knicks. We're not talking about the Pacers. After that loss, I believe it was the next day, maybe 2 days after, they fired Tom Thibodeau. And I was kind of befuddled. I was like, okay, you make the trade to get Cat, right? If you're a first round exit, yes, absolutely. Let him go, start fresh the next year. But this man got you to the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay. Lost in 6 and just he had a great year. Now, he does need to change his coaching philosophy because he will run that starting five ragged. Run them, 40 plus minutes every game, which I think, will put wear and tear on your players when it comes to playoff time. Can do that in the playoffs. You gotta have some type of depth. But they fired him. They let him go. And like I said, it was just a big shock. And I was like, he got you almost to the NBA Finals. And yes, he lost. But, I would have given him one more year. I think he earned that. To go to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose to a really solid team who's given the Thunder everything they can handle. Come on. Like, really? So what are the Knicks doing? Okay, instead of going for, a guy like Frank Vogel, who doesn't have a job right now, a guy who I think, even if teams have coaches, should be interviewing this man. And I can't stand the team that he coached before. But Mike Malone, what are the Knicks doing? You have Frank Vogel, who is a former NBA champion coach. You have Mike Malone, who just won the title with Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets 2 years ago. Okay. You have the Bucks former head coach who won it, I think, 4 years ago. You have 3 former coaches that have won a championship. And the Knicks are calling coaches who have jobs. First it was Jason Kidd. And now there's reports that, Eric Spoelstra should get a call, and I think the Rockets head coach, he got a call, Udoka, sorry if I butchered his name, but the head coach of the Houston Rockets. But Knicks, what are we doing? There are so many good coaches out there. Mike Brown is out there, Luke Walton is a solid coach. Like I said, Mike Malone is right there. Frank Vogel is right there. I just don't know what the Knicks are doing, man. Because now what it's going to seem like when they do eventually reach out for these head coaches, I would look at it as, oh, well, you're only contacting me because you didn't get those coaches that you were asking to interview. So I'm going into that interview room. They want to interview me. Okay. You gonna pay me? You gonna pay me to be a 5th or 6th option? I promise you that. I think that's what every coach, if they get a call, they are gonna ask for the sun, stars, and the moon to coach that team. But Knicks, what are we doing? If you're going to fire your coach, I'm just saying, if you're going to fire your coach, at least have like a backup plan. Because what did you think was going to happen with these coaches that are under contract? What did you think was going to happen? The Mavericks will be okay next year. Okay. Yes, Kyrie will probably miss a majority of the year. Okay. They still have, AD, and AD can, if he plays anything like he did in that run with the Lakers to the championship, he can carry the load for a little bit. But the Mavericks will be a solid team next year. They will. So like, why would they give up Jason Kidd? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But what I think they should do, I think it's obvious. I think they should reach out to Mike Malone. I think they should reach out to Mike Malone. I think he's the best hire for the job. I would throw Frank Vogel in as your second, third option, just to, for shits and giggles. But Mike Malone's right there. I think you gotta give him the job. If you give him that team, whoo, man, the East ain't gonna be very strong this year. I can tell you that. Okay, the Bucks won't have Lillard. Giannis is probably gonna get traded. Okay, you have the Knicks, you have the Pacers, who will be good next year. You have Boston, who won't have Tatum really next year at all. And then they're going to probably have to move on from Porzingis, so that team won't be the same. So, and you have Detroit, who's going to continue to get better once they just get a offensive weapon on the team. It's a 5 or 6 team race. But yeah, I think Mike Malone's your safest option for the job. Like I said, former NBA champion coach, brought the Nuggets to the promised land. And I think he can bring the Knicks to the promised land, or at least an NBA Finals appearance, because the East is wide open next year. I'm telling you guys, it's wide open for anybody to grab. The Magic just traded for Desmond Bane, and to add him with the Franz Wagner, with the Paulo Banchero, and that team, woo, watch out. Magic might be a solid team next year. They might be a top 4 team. You heard it here first. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button to the channel today. And comment below, who do you think should take the Knicks head coaching job? What do you think the Knicks job so far in finding their head coach? Me, it's a solid D+. I think the Knicks have been stupid. I think, because it's like you're asking for teams with their coaches who have contracts. It just, like, come on, But anyways, guys, like I said, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button to the channel today, as we are on our climb to 500 subscribers on the channel. And until next time, you guys have a good one.